And actually, one of the open text responses, every time I read it, it just feels like a gut punch. So you said there was one place for people to just write whatever they want. And somebody wrote, quote, I feel like I'm being set up to fail in relation to AI, right? And so
Yeah.
I don't know, when you read that, like, what do you picture? What do you think that it sounds like what you sensed was a lot of that. That one person said it outright, but there was this general sense of maybe this isn't so good for us.
It's interesting. I'm not sure. That
Mm,
quote stands out. The qualitative analysis is hard, right? Like people might say both in their answer. So,
mm,
right? They might say, this has transformed my ability to do stuff with learning experiences in a way that I've imagined for my whole life and is now finally possible. And I hate it. Like, and it's like, what is that answer? How do you possibly code that into a way that says like pro AI, anti AI, maybe? So we worked on a lot of ways to code various things. And a lot of it, I think, as you're seeing from the way we're talking about the responses ended up being like, they mentioned it or not, which is like the 44%. But, so I don't know, to be honest. You're saying like the indictment that I said it's of our profession, which makes sense because of how you opened this. There is no people have, there's great pundits right now, right? Like
mhm.
saying that because some people are like very pro this or pro that, saying you must do this to be that, you must do this to be that. Like there are lots of opinions you can find, but
Yeah.
expertise in terms of the long term effects of this technology, we don't have them, right? If you ask, I've been saying this, you've heard me say it a few times, but like in 1995, I was in college. People were saying like, literally everyone. You must learn HTML,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounded right at the time because everyone was saying it, and I did it. I
Hmm.
learned it.
Yeah.
How much did I really use that? Did I become a web designer? No. I mean, my daughter came home from school talking about STEM and learning some coding, and I don't have any more citation than her STEM teacher, but her STEM teacher said 2% of the world is involved in computer coding. Tiny number, right? Tiny number. We think about it all the time. We interact with it all the time. And maybe the number is growing because I'm doing more coding or vibe coding to be more accurate. But it's interesting to think about how that relates to the skills that we will need, right? Everyone's saying learn AI, but AI is hundreds of different skills.
Yes.
So how can we possibly know exactly what that is?